Greetings, I'm Duosora, the author of this channel dedicated to Kindred, the Eternal Hunters. This first issue will be about choosing the right Masteries and runes for this champion. I will only explain ferocity and cunning trees, since we won't really need anything from the resolve tree. First things first, you should know that my calculations will be completely based on an early game Kindred, since it determines the overall game flow the most. We are using Masteries and runes to make Kindred stronger than usual, mostly for early games, so they could get to late without much problem. The core concepts here are effective damage and effective protection. These are two main things which must be raised by both runes and Masteries in the most efficient way possible. Since this strongly depends on where will Kindred play, these choices slightly differ with Kindred's role. For jungle Kindred, these choices will be optimized for the fastest clears and efficient ganking. For lane Kindred, they will be optimized for farming minions and trading with your opponent. For support Kindred, they will focus on utility. So prepare 3 rune pages and 3 mastery pages. The simplest formulas of effective damage which I can think of are attack damage multiplied by attack speed for basic attacks and ability damage divided by cooldown for abilities. These formulas can be way more precise, and if you want some deeper analysis of these, comment me and I will show that in another video. Let's start the analysis from Masteries. Ferocity tree. Fury vs Sorcery. Fury provides up to 4% extra attack speed, while Sorcery provides up to 2% extra ability damage. Since Sorcery has no effect on Mark of the Kindred's extra damage, it won't add as much effective damage as Fury will. Moreover, much more effective damage of Kindred goes from basic attacks, so taking Fury will be better for any sort of Kindred. Fresh Blood vs Feast vs Expose Weakness. Fresh Blood provides 10 extra damage plus 1 extra damage per every champion level on first attack on the champion once in 6 seconds. Pretty useful when laning, pretty useless when jungling. Feast restores 20 health per unit killed once in 30 seconds. With constant proccing, it restores 0.67 health per second. This mastery is weak compared to 2 others. Expose Weakness adds 3% damage to allies on a target which got attacked by you for 3 seconds. Though you won't get any extra damage, this is better than Fresh Blood if you are jungling, since it will boost your utility for the allied laner you're ganking and also lifts up the probability of a kill. Vampirism vs Natural Talent. Vampirism provides up to 2% lifesteal and spell vamp. If you're going sustain-based Kindred, you need this mastery more than Natural Talent. On the contrary, Natural Talent provides up to 10 attack damage and 15 ability power on level 18. Most high-level Kindred players use this mastery, and there is a splendid reason. Unlike Vampirism, it increases your effective damage. I will always prefer this mastery in any Kindred build, but feel free to try Vampirism as well. Bounty Hunter vs Double-Edged Sword vs Battle Trance. Bounty Hunter provides 1.5% bonus damage to Kindred for each unique enemy champion they kill. While being the best mastery of these 3 on the paper, since Kindred are supposed to hunt enemies on whole map anyways, I wouldn't take it since it will make Kindred even more dependent on snowballing than they already are. Double-Edged Sword provides 5% bonus damage instantly, but it takes a toll. Kindred will also receive 2.5% more damage from all sources. For me, this is the most efficient way to boost Kindred's damage. They are relatively squishy, though Kindred excel at kiting, which will allow to dodge most of the damage with smart plays. Battle Trance looks like a compromised variant, but it only gives up to 5% over 5 seconds and you have to fight with enemy champions, so it's useless while in jungle. True, Kindred bases on buff burst and sustained damage, but even then I don't feel like using Battle Trance, it takes too long to get the same 5% damage for a short time span. Battering Blows vs Piercing Thoughts. These masteries provide the same percentage, up to 7%, but Battering Blows provides armor penetration and Piercing Thoughts provides magic penetration. Any magic penetration is useless for Kindred since none of their abilities deal magic damage. Battering Blows may be quite good though, if you expect enemy team to be tanky. Moreover, by making the choice between these 2 masteries, you verify that you want to use one of 3 keystone masteries of Ferocity tree. Warlord's Bloodlust versus Fervor of Battle versus Deathfire Touch. I will tell one general thing, none of these choices are actually good on Kindred. For sustained Kindred though, you might try going Warlord's Bloodlust for up to 20% lifesteal, but again, it won't synergize with your ultimate ability, Lamp's Respite. If you fall below 10% maximal health, you won't be able to use your lifesteal till the ultimate ends. Be aware that there are much better Keystone Masteries for Kindred. Cunning Tree. Wanderer vs Savagery. Wanderer provides up to 3% movement speed out of combat. Since Kindred's base movement speed is 325, it will provide 9.75 bonus movement speed, which is a very small boost to your out of combat mobility. It's better if you will boost your effective damage on minions and jungle camps by investing all 5 points in Savagery. But its mechanic Savagery isn't reduced by resistances or considered by damage multipliers. It's just roll 5 damage you will guaranteedly deal with every spell and attack, to minions and jungle monsters. Without a doubt, it should be used in any case, but a support Kindred since Wanderer is better in this special case. Runic Affinity vs Secret Stash vs Assassin. Runic Affinity prolongs the duration of jungle buffs on Kindred by 15%. That means that Crest of Cinders and Crest of Insight will last 18 seconds longer, Aspect of the Dragon will last 22 seconds longer, Hand of Baron will last 31 seconds longer, and Glimpse of the Void will last 3 minutes longer. That's what makes it the perfect mastery for jungle Kindred. Secret Stash prolongs the duration of all potions and elixirs by 10%. While granting only around 1.5 extra seconds to potion, it grants 12 extra seconds to all elixirs, which makes it a nice mastery to pick for a non-jungle Kindred. Also, biscuits also come in handy. Regarding Assassin Mastery, picking 2% extra damage while isolated from your team is the worst choice, since any non-jungle Kindred will be near their team most of the time, which nullifies the utility of this mastery. Merciless vs Meditation. Merciless increases Kindred's damage by up to 5% against champions below 40% health. It's perfect mastery for any position of Kindred, since you will burst down enemies' health pretty fast, and Merciless will allow Kindred to execute their targets even faster. Meditation only works on miss and mana percentage, and Kindred relies on attacks more than on abilities, so you won't ever be out of mana if you will use your abilities wisely. Greenfather's Gift vs Bandit vs Dangerous Game. This choice isn't as obvious as it seems. Greenfather's Gift provides bonus magic damage equal to 3% of target's current health on the next attack after stepping into any brush. This effect has a 9-second cooldown which starts after the damage procs. Kindred benefits from Greenfather's Gift if they want faster clears and better performance versus teams with large health pools. Mundo is a good example of health-based tank, where this mastery will come in handy. Bandit adds 1 gold per every nearby dead minion and 3 gold per each basic attack on an enemy champion once in 5 seconds. Support Kindred will really like this mastery, since it increases their economics a bit. Regarding Dangerous Game, it's the worst choice for Kindred, since Lamp's Respite don't have any synergy with this mastery, voiding its healing and only leaving mana restoration. It's a risk which is better to avoid. Precision vs Intelligence. Precision grants up to 8.5 lethality and 3 flat magic penetration along with 0.3 magic penetration per Kindred's level. If you will prefer to use lethality marks along with precision, you'll get 22.9 lethality, which is equal to 13.74 armor penetration on level 1. Though, going lethality marks isn't that great as it seems, which will be explained later. Cooldown reduction from Intelligence is great on Kindred, but not as effective as lethality bonus from Precision. Moreover, magic penetration will synergize with Greenfather's Gift too. Storm Radius Surge vs Thunderlord's Decree versus Windspeaker's Blessing. Storm Raider Surge gives 75% slow resistance and 40% movement speed for 3 seconds once in 10 seconds, when Kindred deals damage more or equal to 30% of their target's maximum health. This choice is good when enemies got lots of slows like Ash or Nunu, but are squishy enough to live pretty fast. This keystone is a risky choice, but viable in certain situations. Thunderlord's Decree is probably the best keystone mastery Kindred can get. After 3 attacks or damaging spells, it calls down a lightning strike, dealing magic damage with scales of both attack damage and ability power. Its base damage increases by 10 per every level of Kindred. This is your way to go in most cases. Windspeaker's Blessing is useless on Kindred, since they won't shield allies, and except their ultimate, Lamb's Respite, they won't heal their allies. Now, let's talk about Kindred's runes. The most efficient combination of marks and quintessences, which gives the best effective damage, is the following: 6 attack damage marks, 3 attack speed marks, 3 attack speed quintessences. There is another option of marks, which you can use against tanky, armored enemies as AD carry Kindred. It's going for 9 lethality marks, which in synergy with precision will delete a good chunk of damage reduction from your enemies even on level 1 already with the recent lethality buff. Now, what about seals and glyphs? Kindred will have 20 armor and 540 health on level 1. For health to be more effective to get than armor against physical damage, Kindred must have 440 armor. So it's good to get full scale in armor and seals, since you'll add 26 armor in late game, which certainly outweighs flat armor runes, which give 9 armor initially. They're outweighed by scaling armor runes on Kindred's level 7. You can always replace scaling armor seals with scaling health seals against heavy magic damage enemy teams. Regarding glyphs, always take scaling cooldown reduction glyphs. They will make it up for Kindred's low cooldown reduction in their builds, and give more frequent access to important tools. I hope this video was useful to you, and now you know how to select proper runes and masteries for Kindred. Good luck and see you soon!